Scorpio, hello. Amanda here. Welcome to the Unseen Hands Collective. This is going to be your shift reading for January 2021. So we're looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like. Scorpio, I'm kind of going through an interesting experience with you here, sitting with your energy for January. I like felt myself my energy was sort of like rocking, and it was almost like I was like holding myself, and the energy in me was really strong, and it was like moving me back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it felt intense. It felt like a lot. And then it like shifted into me just hearing yes, 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 like over and over in my head. And then it was almost like I was like saying it. And so it was like this, what felt like a painful experience suddenly like turned into a really, something really affirming, and something that was like 100% right. And then it was like, it like turned into almost something like exhilarating, and something sort of like, yes, like if I had let myself fully go, I could have been like exclaiming it, you know, and like rocking back and forth. And that back and forth motion then switched into what was like me sort of moving through something emotional and like needing comfort. And then it moved into just like this affirming gesture of like, yes, yes, yes. And then wildly, it's like moments like this where I sort of wish that the camera was on for the pool, because it's like your cards are just showing that stark shift from like a deep, intense, emotional space, and then all of a sudden, like, it's a yes. First of all, I pre-shuffle all the decks before I begin your reading, and the clarifying deck we're using for January is the Fifth Spirit Tarot, and this is the card that flew out. So presiding over this reading for you in January, Scorpio, is the Priestess. And this is a card I really associate with your energy because it's so deep. I mean, like, this is the invitation into the secret, locked away, mysterious depths of your insides, of your emotional self, of your internal self, of your intuitive self. It's the invitation, you know, these pomegranates into the underworld of you. It's a lot. So we're going to keep her out and keep her energy here, but let me show you your shapeshift. Again, like this stark, sort of surprising transition from the Nine of Swords to the Three of Cups. It says despair and joy. You know, it's like from one end of the spectrum to the other, emotionally speaking. You know, from the Nine of Swords, which is this experience of major overwhelm, major anxiety, feeling, you know, in this card, totally alone and just sort of like at the end of something. The nines are almost the end of the cycle. It's sort of the threshold moment where you realize, like, I can't really take this anymore. Like, this is not going to work. This can't continue. And so maybe there's a level of emotional, mental anxiety, stress, and tension that is just like, this cannot sustain. And then it switches to joy, complete opposite experience. This person is totally at ease emotionally, surrounded by people they love, opening like the hands, the open hands, experiencing joy and surrounded by love and care. It's gorgeous. And then continuing to reflect that, your shift looks and feels like the Three of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So sorrow, loss. I mean, look at this. This is so intense. No wonder I was feeling that, like, holding myself and rocking, because Scorpio, what on earth? I'm going to just put the Wheel of Fortune down for a second. This is so much. This is experience of serious pain. Just like really going through something so hard, you know, and like this will show up in varying degrees. Like, you're all going through something different. This could be something really acute for y'all. You know, we're living through a pandemic. People are experiencing loss in so many ways. It's a heartbreaking time to be living and moving through. And that is here. That is really, really here. I mean, this Three of Swords is a gnarly image. Swords stuck in the heart, pain, trauma. It says sorrow. And then here we have loss. Someone reckoning with that pain and really looking at it and visiting it and sitting with it and dealing with it. But what I like about this is it's like for me, these are experiences, painful mental, emotional states that really can't stay. Like they can't stay part of your experience long term without serious, a serious impact on you, on your health, on your well-being, on your life. You know, it's like this feels like a really acute, especially the Three of Swords feels like a really acute, painful, maybe even something from the past. Sometimes the Five of Cups can feel like things of the past, but the emotion of it is very present. And I like that the Five of Cups is here because it's a willingness to really look at it. See where this pain is coming from and what this difficult mental, emotional, anxious and painful experience is offering you, and then like how you can release it, how you can make your peace with it, how you can let it go in a certain way. Honor it and release it in the Five of Cups. And then like, whoa, huge shift. We've got all that painful energy, and then it's almost like when you are able to move through that grief process and like really look at it and release it and let it go, oof, you know, everything changes. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is that card of change, a turning point, things turning around, facing in a different direction. Like it's Jupiter, it's Sagittarius, it's expansion, 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 which is so, and it's bringing joy, a sense of togetherness, and you're surrounded by love and able to access that sense of ease emotionally. And what a needed shift and expansion after such intense contraction experiences here. I like that in this reading we have another way of looking at this shift is basically the Three of Swords to the Three of Cups. You know, it's like it's that stark, it's that much of a shift, and it really does feel like you facing this pain head on and facing this difficult emotional experience. Like the fact that I was going like this, it's just like it feels so physical and visceral. Like it's almost like I feel it in my body, like in my guts and in my heart. And you know, it's like that rocking experience, it almost feels like it's so big that you can barely contain it, and that like it's like tearing through you in a way. And then all of a sudden, like I said, that started changing to like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. And here's the yes. So shifting from like a contracted, painful experience that it's almost like you could be like, no, 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 I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. And then all of a sudden it's like, that is actually what you move through maybe to get to this total expansion, exuberance, lightness. And it's a yes. This is a yes, whatever it is. I'm so curious, Scorpio. This feels like a really unique reading, something that I don't know that I've seen something quite like this, a shift quite like this on the channel. So I'm really excited now to dive in and see what we can get from the extended, from the other decks that we'll use for clarity. So if you'd like to join me for that extended reading, if this is resonating with you, head over to unseenhandscollective.com, where you can purchase this in the shop, or you can join our monthly memberships to receive your extendeds every month. All right, Scorpio, thanks for joining me here. Happy New Year. Take care. The Ace of Cups. Ugh, total renewal for your heart. total renewal after such a painful experience. Again, this is really, sometimes I talk about the Wheel of Fortune as a 180. This is actually a 180. Like, I don't think I've ever quite seen it like this. It's just like, you're moving through something so painful, and then all of a sudden it's whoa, 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 yes, 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 yes. All of a sudden it's, oh, maybe once once you have this emotional like purge, because this could also be seen as an emotional release, then it makes space for joy to return and for this shift to be made. And all of a sudden, Ace of Cups is a new beginning for your heart, a new beginning emotionally, maybe even like new relationships, new connections, a new start in your connections. It's a sense of serious renewal, refreshment, joy returning.